Hi guys, welcome back to our channel, The Masegos. I am Michelle, the one half of The Masegos, and it is also not in this video today. But yeah, if you're seeing this, then we've already had our second baby Ayaka. Yeah, and basically I just thought to share how I tackled this pregnancy with her versus mine with Amavis, because if you have watched our previous videos and have seen content on our channel, you will know that my first pregnancy was a bit tumultuous and there were some lows and there are things that I could have done better, etc, etc. So with this pregnancy I was very intentional of doing that. But yeah, if I'm a bit out of breath, it's because I just filmed the what's in my hospital bag video and I'm 39 weeks pregnant, guys. 39 weeks and some change. I think 39 weeks and 2 days. So when you're seeing this, the baby's born already, yada yada yada, we've gone through it. But currently I am exhausted, I'm done, I'm over it. Every little thing just has me out of breath, but still pretty healthy, still a lot better than I was last time. And I just thought, I just have this feeling that if I don't shoot this now, I'm not going to shoot it. I'm going to have to shoot it postpartum, holding a baby, which will be a lot more difficult. So I thought, let me share this because I think it's some valuable points that some future mommies or current pregnant mommies can benefit from, and things that really helped me with this pregnancy. And yeah, I would really feel bad if I didn't share, because this pregnancy has been 10 times better because I intentionally sorted out to be a lot better. So yeah, let's get straight into it. Thank you for all the support on the channel, of course, as always. We really appreciate it, and we'll be back with you guys in real time soon. There's a lot of content that we tried filming up front that you'll be seeing when we are on paternity leave, but we appreciate you and we hope you enjoy. So anyway, things that I did differently in this pregnancy versus my first pregnancy. So if I do look this side, it's because I have my points on my laptop this side. Usually I have Aneli's phone when he's here with me to look at the points that we have, but I just have my laptop. So that's why I'll probably look a little bit to the right. But yeah, the first point that I think is worthy of mentioning, so it's not in any order except for the last one. The last point is the most important, but these others are not in any order. But the first thing that I did differently in this pregnancy was to remain super active. Well, not super active, but to remain active and to move my body. And this I did towards the end of first trimester when I felt up to it, and throughout second trimester, and even in third trimester, and even now I'm still active and exercising and moving my body. And what I started wasn't anything intense, it wasn't anything like hectic. All I did was go to the gym, get on the treadmill and walk for like 20 minutes at least. 20, 25 minutes, 30 minutes. If I could do more, I did. And second trimester, I did have that burst of energy bit period. So I would clock in a lot of those 10,000 steps, but that wasn't necessary really. It was just that consistency of walking. Definitely prioritized walking, and being in the UK has made it easier because we walk everywhere. We currently don't have a car anyway, so during second trimester we were still also staying in the city center, so I was just able to walk to the gym, get onto the treadmill, walk some more, walk back home. When I'm going into the office, I'm walking to the office, which is like a 20-minute walk. So I would easily hit 10k steps most of the day, most of the time. But that was just like a benchmark. But the most important thing was just walking. Something as simple as walking. I know it might seem like nothing and you might feel like you have to do all these other things and whatever. But I was like, I'm not even going to stress myself with that. I wanted something simple that I could remain consistent with. And walking was it for me. And that's what I did. second trimester, really end of first trimester, third trimester, and so we moved. So when we moved, obviously I had to end my gym membership because now it was too far, and currently the closest gym to me is about 20 something minutes walk, which now I'm in third trimester, it's a bit intense, and yeah, it didn't seem feasible anymore. So then I resorted to home workouts, and I will link the home workouts that I did down below. I mean, I would take walks when it wasn't raining cats and dogs every day, but I just really focused on home workouts and nothing heavy, nothing too hectic, but just to keep the body moving, because I think it really helps with the endorphins. So all these things that I embarked on that I'm going to continue speaking about were really just to keep my mental health and mental clarity in check. It wasn't necessarily for aesthetics, because you're going to gain weight in pregnancy. It's not about me losing weight during pregnancy or trying to stay skinny during pregnancy or any of that. It's good that you gain weight. You're going to gain the weight. Your baby needs that weight. It's fine. It was just for me to make sure that my muscles are still mobile. Like, I don't have aches and pains. I don't struggle with like some pregnancy symptoms as badly as I could if I just remain stagnant. So that's what I was motivated by, really, just so to keep myself emotionally intact, because exercise really does that for me, and just to keep my body active and moving. And because I also knew that this time around I really want to try for a natural birth, pushing the baby out for a VBAC, I just realized that it would be important for me to keep my body active and not have to go through a C-section. But should I go through another C-section, then at least the recovery will be better, because the recovery the first time around was really brutal on me and really hard on my body. And with us being in a foreign country now, sorry guys, I got cut there. Technology is trying to fight a little bit. But yeah, with us being in a foreign country, you know, you just are naturally more active anyway. So, because we just walk around everywhere. So yeah, I just wanted to prioritize movement. So yeah, walking is really important. Walking is basically just the simplest thing you can do in pregnancy, but super effective. Do not undermine the benefits of walking. So that's one of the things that I focused on. Moving right along though, because I could say so much about exercise and movement, which is very important. Another thing that goes hand in hand with moving and keeping your body active and the blood flowing, etc., is nutrient dense, high quality foods. So just healthy foods in general. And the reason why I prioritized it was not for weight gain. Weight loss. I just want to emphasize that in pregnancy, your goal is not about maintaining weight or losing weight or maintaining your figure. You're gonna gain weight. It's good for you to gain weight for your baby, healthy weight, of course. So that should never be the focus, honestly. So yeah, I prioritized healthy food because of how it made me feel. Like, in terms of the research I had done, also in the podcast that I've listened to, I'll link one that's very good below, which also drove how I ate my breakfast. It was just important for me to have healthy foods because it's linked to my mood, and food is linked to your mood. And I mean, like we've expressed in previous videos with our pregnancy journey, I really had like an emotional roller coaster during my first pregnancy, so I didn't want that this time around. So my focus was just to make sure I eat really well, that I don't struggle with constipation, which I previously had, just lots of gassiness and just feeling lethargic and tired constantly. So I really wanted to try my best to eat as well as I could. Not to punish myself, of course. If I want to have the cupcake, I'll have the cupcake, etc., etc. But just to really make sure that my baby and myself are well nourished during pregnancy. So one breakfast that I ate consistently, almost like every single day, well, at least from Monday to Friday anyway, was avocado toast with 2 eggs. So like 2 slices of whole wheat bread, a whole avocado, and 2 fried eggs in either coconut oil or olive oil. And that's what I would have every single day. And that kept me full for really long. I think I started having that breakfast consistently from like from the second trimester, late first trimester, second trimester. That was like my main breakfast. And I would stay full, and then for the rest of the day I would hydrate, and I would drink so much water, green tea, which I love to death. And then if I want to have like maybe rooibos tea, or even black tea, instead of using sugar, I would use stevia. So stevia was an alternative that I would use for for my sweetness in the tea, basically, instead of actual sugar. And then I just tried my best to avoid processed sugars and fast foods and stuff. And then in the evening for supper, it was lots of vegetables. Spinach was my number one. Loved spinach. I think I had a post where I shared walking, hydration, spinach. Game changing, life changing, game changer, whatever you can say. That really was great for me during this pregnancy, in making sure I didn't struggle with constipation or any tummy issues, and just keeping me feeling good, feeling light, feeling energized, and feeling capable to do everything that I was still doing around the house in terms of work, being a mom to my active toddler, being a wife. That diet setup really helped me. And whenever I would switch or like stray away from it for a prolonged period of time, I felt the hit badly. I would struggle with constipation. I would struggle with energy if I decided, oh, let me have cornflakes for breakfast, and then I don't really focus on eating better throughout the day, like especially in third trimester, because when we moved, which was early third trimester, our food habits were slightly out of whack because of everything going on. And my word, I would feel it, and I even got sick. My immune system wasn't as strong as it had been, because now my diet was just a bit of a mess. So yeah, I want to say Holy Trinity, but that combo of walking, high dense breakfast, and just hydration was just amazing. And vegetables, like just a really good diet, was really, really key for me. So I advocate for that. Avoid the processed sugars as much as you can in pregnancy. Do spoil yourself, do treat yourself, but I don't agree with the whole thing of just like eating whatever you want, whatever you crave, whatever the baby wants. I don't think I really struggled with cravings because I focused on eating the right stuff. So I wouldn't just feel like a cupcake or whatever unless I saw it. Unless I saw something and I entertained like an ad, or I even recently noticed like there's this cake show on Netflix, and when I would watch that, that's when I'd be like, ooh, I'm craving cake now. I'm craving red velvet cake. But apart from that, out of sight, out of mind, if I just kept up with my regular diet, I was fine. So yeah, and sometimes cravings show that maybe you're lacking something in your diet. Maybe you're lacking hydration, maybe you're lacking salt or a certain vitamin deficiency, and you think, good to know, you're just craving that. Gandhi, there's something that you need to fix and rectify. Right, moving on to the next thing that I prioritized in pregnancy, which was supplementation. In pregnancy, you're obviously recommended to have certain supplements like folic acid, and I know in SA there's Preg Omega-3, which is a really good prenatal as well to take, and vitamin D3, especially if you're in this country. Vitamin D3 is so key, because especially as Black women, our melanin skin needs that extra vitamin D because there's not as much sun in the country. So I prioritize taking vitamin D3, vitamin C for my immune system, just to give it that boost. And then iron supplements, because my iron tends to be really low. during pregnancy, so I made sure to take iron supplements as well. And yeah, and then I paired that with the good diets, and I was just good to go, which was really wonderful. Recently I have added collagen and chlorella, and this is just to help me post-birth as well, once I've given birth to this baby, to be able to bounce back easier, because you lose a lot of collagen during the birthing process and healing process. So I just wanted to start getting on track with that. So yeah, that was my supplementation. And then next, another thing that I did differently in this pregnancy was to prioritize my skincare more. I've always prioritized skincare, but I think this time I was really more intentional with the kind of ingredients that I looked at, especially for common pregnancy skincare concerns like melasma, pigmentation. So I made sure that in my skincare routine from the get-go, I had alpha-arbutin, I had vitamin C, I had niacinamide, I had salicylic acid, 2% only though, hyaluronic acid as usual for just that plumpness in the skin. Yeah, and I think those were the main ingredients really. Just any inhibitors of over melanin production. You can really Google and research that. And sunscreen number one. Sunscreen was very important, kept up to date, and then I just remained consistent with my skincare routine. I definitely was more consistent with pregnancy this time around, because I just didn't want to be in a place where I would entertain any insecurities, and it will lead up to my next point that I'll address now, because I just wanted to really be fully present and enjoy the pregnancy. So I made sure to prioritize good skincare, take care of my skin, take care of myself, feel good about myself with my skin as much as I can, so that I'm able to really zone in on this beautiful work that God is doing within my body. And that moves on to my next point, which is I did not try and be a hero. I said this recently to a close friend of mine, because I have received comments like, oh my goodness, you don't even look pregnant, you look so good, you look so beautiful, which I really appreciate. Thank you so much to the close loved ones and even like strangers who have said that to me. And it's because the last point is the main point, which I'll address shortly. But apart from the last point, it's also because I didn't dwell on my insecurities. Because with pregnancy, you will experience something that you're maybe not fully comfortable with, whether it's darkening of your skin. Yes, I've done the best I could with the darkening, but it's still there. I mean, if you look, you can see it. The weight gain, maybe excessively, maybe in the face or wherever. You can't avoid those things, but I wasn't going to be now in a position where I'm going to tire myself and be like, this is the reality of it, this is how it looks like, and I show my bare self or full self, or just embrace it knowing that I'm uncomfortable, and it's like it's hard to see yourself in that light, you know. So I would put on the makeup and make myself look extra good and hide the baggy eyes, and not like dwell in, like not obsess over it or not look into it, like just highlight the beautiful features of myself that I could, and like make sure I look done up and my face is done up and my hair is done up, and you know, I'm dressed cute, and so that I feel cute as well on the inside, because it translates that way, you know, honestly. And I wasn't gonna try and be all natural and like, oh, I'm not gonna use the makeup, I'm just gonna be, you know, I mean, most days at home, yeah, I mean, I am, but if I just felt like, okay, maybe I'm focusing on this a little too much, you know, next day I'll just be like, let's feel cute, let's embrace it, you know. Pregnancy is only for a short time, yes, but it's a long 9 months, and you don't want to be feeling those insecurities throughout. So I wasn't trying to be a hero. I wore the makeup. I did what I could to like hide those insecurities and look as cute as possible. And that was that, to be honest. So if you're a pregnant woman watching this, do what you need to do to make yourself feel good, and just so that you focus on the main blessing, which is growing a beautiful baby. So yeah. But last and certainly not least, the best thing that I did differently in this pregnancy, which I had wished to have done in my first pregnancy, was put God first in prayer and just clinging to his word. That is what I did differently, and that peace, that glow, that radiance that y'all have seen who have commented, that is the reason, honestly. Hey, just thinking about it, I'm overwhelmed, because I honestly was overwhelmed when we found out we were pregnant again. We had recently moved, started a new job, still figuring it out. We have no support system here, and it's just Anil and I and our mother, and the child that we're currently taking care of, and now another one. Beautiful blessing. But it was overwhelming, and I was like, before I even get overwhelmed, Lord, take the wheel. And I made sure to prioritize prayer every day, and just reading his word every day, and being in that space of just relying solely on God to be my peace. And hence the verse Isaiah 26 verse 3, which has been my verse for the year since the beginning of this pregnancy. Actually, you'll keep him in perfect peace, whose eyes, Isaiah 26 verse 3, you will keep him in perfect peace, whose eyes are stayed upon you, for he trusts in you. Amen. So that was just my verse. I've shared a devotion on this on the channel earlier on. You can have a look at the full video. I'll link it as well. And yeah, God has just kept me in perfect peace. Whenever I have tried to entertain intrusive thoughts or what could go wrong in the pregnancy, it's like there's this blockage, and he just brings me back to center. And I have appreciated that so much. It's not that I've been fully perfect. I have had a few emotional breakdowns here and there, but I've bounced back so much quicker from them, and I've just been so much happier, so much more at peace, so much more radiant in this pregnancy. And I know it's because of God's grace and his hand over me, and just him touching me. And that is something I advise every pregnant woman to do. Even a future pregnant woman, someone who is planning to have a baby, trying for a baby, pray for that peace, for God's presence. Stay in his word. There's nothing like it, absolutely nothing like it. And all these other things like swollen feet or whatever comes with pregnancy won't even bother you, because you're just so focused on what God has given you and the miracle he's performing in you as this child grows. Because there's really not much you can do. Yes, I'm doing the exercise. Yes, I'm eating the good foods. Yes, I'm, it makes it feel like I'm doing something, but God is knitting and putting this beautiful baby together in my womb. And I'm just really a witness to that. So I wanted to pray for the awareness to be a witness to that and to trust him in that process. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have gained something from what I've shared today. I hope you have a beautiful pregnancy journey. If you're also in pregnancy, I am ready to be done, to be honest. It's been beautiful, but I'm ready to be done. And thank you so much for the support on the channel. Thank you for the love. We really appreciate you guys. And yeah, we'll see you soon, hopefully in real time and not with all these short English bundles are so depleted, you guys, but not all with all these videos that we've shot in advance. But we'll see you soon in real time, and we appreciate and love you guys. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.